trading off the leadership position, which is, ideally like what a country does with leadership. We have elections, or at least we did in the past, where people just, sometimes the Republicans are in charge, sometimes the Democrats.
It's the pendulum that swings back and forth.
And we all accepted that until fat-ass douchebag basically tried to overthrow the government. We're like, you lose some, Don. Why nobody ever says that to him, you fucking baby? You don't win them all.
It's that pendulum, and growing up in a social democratic European society, you have a parliament and you have 10 parties, or you have 15 parties, and you have all those different kind of things, and everybody, it kind of shifts. And we would always look at America and go, it's the thing about America is it's yes or no, it's black or white, it's Republican or Democrat, it's winning or losing. Everything is these juxtapositions, these two extremes. But in European attitudes, most of the answers to all this stuff lies in the middle, lies in this hodgepodge of everything. And in America, it's win, lose, black, white, yes, no, Democratic, Republican. And that
our economic system also is like, many Europeans come here because they feel like, as one Canadian said, they cut down the tall trees where I'm from. And here it's true. You can grow as high as you want, get as rich as you want, but if you're a loser, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Whereas we don't, even though we do have a generous safety net, it's still not like all for one as much as it is in European countries. But I just want to ask you about this thing about leadership, because that seems to be the key thing. Just like in a democracy, can you switch back and forth the leadership? You're saying in your band you have.
I think we've managed to do it, but not without putting a lot of effort into it.
So who's the president now?
Not without, first you have to go to the trench warfare. And first you have to go through the thing where for 10 years, every day that I would go down to the studio, I would put my battle armor on, and I would go down to the studio, and I would be prepared to stand up for the one way that I believed in me was the right way. And if somebody said, how about we do it this way, then the battle armor would come on and we would go at it. Then you wake up on the other side of that experience that was in that movie, Some Kind of Monster, and you go, holy shit, maybe empathy is actually a word we can work with here. Maybe I can do a 180 and see it from your way.
Give you that.
Of course, it's all of it. But now in our band, yes, I'll lead on something. I'll lead on a song. I'll lead on a direction. James will follow along. James will lead on something else. I'll follow along. James, you take pole position on this one. I trust you.
So you're saying it's a song by song thing, okay? Because
that's the easiest way to break it down musically.
At least the analogy certainly does not hold for the Beatles, where there was definitely a lead change. John Lennon was undoubtedly the leader of the Beatles when they started. It was his gang. They looked up to him. It was his band. Okay.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah.
Mid-'60s, it switches. Paul McCartney becomes the leader of the band. It was his idea to do Sgt. Pepper. It was his idea they would do the Magical Mystery movie. It was his idea they, John Lennon was doing other things.
No, totally.
Yoko.
But right there, I think you hit the nail on the head, is that these things can ebb and flow. By somebody else becoming leader or taking the pole position, that can happen in two ways, and that's important. It's not that the one guy comes up and removes the other guy. It's also, like you just said about Lennon, kind of pulled himself back because he got interested in other things. And so each one of those situations are unique in that sense, and there is an ebb and flow and a fluidity to it. And again, you said 10 years, so we could stick with 10 years. We're 41 years into this journey. I mean, we've had fucking, James and I started this when we were 17, and we're 117 now.
Hey, thanks for watching the clip. Hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out on our Club Random content that's posted daily.